Hey, I'm Allie Bradley with NewsNation. You see that camera tower right there? Well, that is going to be instrumental in Border Patrol's efforts in securing the southern border. So it's one of 5 of these towers that are going to be supplemental to what Border Patrol is already doing, but it's actually going to free up an agent. Here's how. Chief, we're obviously standing in front of a new tower. I got kind of wind of it because I drove by. It's in the public view. People can see it. What is the benefit of having this tower right here, right behind the wall? I mean, is it doing anything? What is the purpose of having this tower here?
So the towers actually help and assist. It fills some of the gaps that we've had in the past, right? So if you go back to earlier years, this was a very highly active area. This right now covers some of that gap that we've had, right? So it also helps in the detection and surveillance capabilities. Also ensures that we were able to, the certainty of arrest or the apprehension is actually increased as well. It can actually serve as a deterrent because once they see it, just like you just stated there, they're wondering what it is, what's its capabilities, and why is it there, right? So it serves serves that purpose for us as well.
So they'll try to kind of circumvent it. They'll go around it, and then you'll have agents, I would imagine, strategically placed in the other gaps where they might kind of infiltrate or exploit the areas where the camera is not.
Correct. So it's a multi-layered system, right? So we have personnel, technology, and tactical infrastructure, right? So we layer all our assets according to where our gaps are and stuff like that, or where we want to focus the activity to go. So to your point, yes, it will direct our traffic to where we want them to go, where the certainty of arrest is increased.
I mean, that makes sense. It's strategy, right? And it's kind of creating funnels or points where you guys know the traffic will then be shifting to. So that makes sense. But this is one of 5, correct me if I'm wrong?
That is correct.
And are all 5 up and running, or what are we looking at for a rollout of this system?
I don't have the actual time frame for you, but there is 5, or a total of 5 that will be put out here in Del Rio Station's AOR.
So that's not sector-wide. That's just
for this area right
now.
My
backyard.
Pretty much, yes.
Wow. Are there more throughout?
There's other technology that will be coming to different locations, but right now these 5 towers will be in Del Rio Central.
What are the main differences or similarities to the existing camera systems that we've seen along the southern border over the last 4 years?
So this integrates into our legacy systems, and it actually provides the alerts. It sends the alerts to the station via microwave or whatever technology is available out there. There are agents monitoring the desk where these images are getting sent over, and they are able to deploy agents wherever they need to. Also, agents are also able to get those devices or tap into that image via their portal devices they have on their person. So that's one of the main differences that we have that differentiates this system that we have here from the legacy systems that are currently out there.
That's big. So the people that are out in the field can also get alerted in real time. And so if they're close by or whatever, they don't even have to wait to be deployed. They could be in the area already because they're being alerted on their personal devices.
That is correct. So we all have personal devices that are issued by the government, and they are monitored. They can have the capability to monitor that themselves as well. Understanding that a lot of it's going to the station, but it also helps for the agents to have situational awareness for themselves as to what's going on in their AOR, and they don't have to necessarily depend on the agent calling that information out.
Now, I know there was a time, and if you can't answer this, or if I'm off base here, please keep me honest. There was a time that Congress had alerted not long ago that roughly 60% of the camera systems down at the southern border weren't in operation. Is this kind of in part in response to that the cameras weren't working, and so we've got new systems, or are we fixing those systems and can you kind of walk me through the response from Congress saying, hey, most of these cameras aren't even working?
That's actually correct. So a large percentage of our cameras that were in different sectors that were legacy owned were not operational for a variety of reasons. These systems are now essentially replacing those systems that were not working. They're either cannibalizing or taking everything off and replacing it with the new technology that's available, right? Because the sites that are already out there are still out there. It's just new technology just being that's going to go into that specific location where the other cameras were, right? Because they're still they're still those areas are still functional and everything. There's still a requirement to have that out there, but the technology is obviously outdated. Whereas that's why there was a lot of times that the data was non-operational, it was not working.
Okay, the data wasn't transmitted quickly enough, or whatever that might have been. A variety of reasons.
Variety of different reasons, whether it was generator issues, solar power issues, or camera lens issues, or it could be a lot of different things that impacted the operational effectiveness of those legacy devices or legacy cameras that we had.
So you talk about the gaps. It's a much bigger gap than kind of what we even realized, because it's replacing literal holes where it was dark, where there were no eyes. Kind of they're going into places where they can now give you eyeballs that you didn't have before.
Correct.
What does that mean to you as the chief in this AOR and this sector, to have that capability now when you didn't have it, and you didn't have this support really over the last 4 years? To not get political, but those cameras went down, and they were down, from my understanding, for a long time.
Yes. So having this ability actually enhances security, right? So it definitely provides us the information that we need to secure the border, right? But also not just that, the fact that we're able to deploy our agents to the front line, not be tied up with processing or anything like that that we were recently tied up in the past, also enhances our ability. Just to add on to that, we also have additional support from, as you know, from our DoD partners, right? So that has helped us control this area. So all that was used to fill those gaps that were currently not either functional or operational or whatever it was that was impacting us or preventing us from going out there and actually doing our duty that we were essentially supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and we've seen the numbers absolutely plummet. I mean, there were times when we were seeing thousands of people every single day come into this sector. There were 16,000 people underneath that bridge right in front of us a couple of years ago. Now we're seeing, last month, 474 people in the entire sector. That's still nearly 500 people. How do you get full operational control, and what are your gotaways looking like in DRT specifically?
So our gotaways are at historical numbers on the low side, right? So I don't have the actual specifics on that.
Are we talking single digits?
Not necessarily per day.
Yeah.
Probably on the single digits, more so than anything else, right? So
that's
whereas
big.
If you compared that to years past, where our high water mark was for the year was over 200,000, right? So that's a lot that we've done here to secure the border, right? And it's come with the additions of new technology and the additions of our DoD assets and our ability to actually patrol our area.
So you just heard a conversation with Acting Del Rio Sector Chief Desi DeLeon, who talks about the importance of structures like this, infrastructure like this, and it's going throughout the sector as well. There's 5 of these camera towers in the Del Rio area of operation, but they're spreading this technology all along the southern border. Make sure you join us for next week's Proudly on the Border.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.